Welcome to Guru Trader video for Tuesday, August 31st, 2010. Here's the 6 market movers that we're watching today. 2 new symbols, 4 follow-ups. On the TSX Venture, following up on CUU Copper Fox Metals Inc., 49 up a penny. Also following up on AAA Allana Potash Corp, 44 up 4. New symbol XEL Xcite Energy Limited, $1.14 up 14. And following up on CNE again, Canacol Energy Limited, $1.37 up 2 today. On the TSX, new symbol CNL Continental Gold Limited, 573 up 18. And lastly, also on the TSX, following up on UUU Uranium One Inc., 352, no change today. Let's take a closer look. Alright, our last video was on August the 9th. Haven't been that active. Actually, we're staying flat going into September, trying to figure out what these markets are trying to do. We're back at the 10,000 level on the Dow, right around its 200-day moving average again. So always cautious going into September. So, but we're still always watching a few, and so here's a few names that we're following. Following up on CUU Copper Fox Metals Inc. This is one that this is our fourth post since 26 cents on April the 7th. 49 cents a day. Volume's good, over 1 million shares traded so far. What caught our eye was the 52-week high, which was back in April here. We started mentioning them down around here, and it petered out at around mid-April, fell back and kind of went sideways. Anyway, the previous 52-week high was yesterday at 48 cents, so it's back up through those previous highs that it made back in April, and trading as high as 49.5 today. Looks like it's getting ready to go through 50, but then you can make an argument it's due for a pullback too. Anyway, what's moving it? Not really sure. The last news on it was July 28th. IP survey significantly expands potential of Shaft Creek deposit. Anyway, you're going to have to read that yourself, but they basically mentioned Shaft Creek copper, gold, molybdenum, silver deposit located in northwestern British Columbia. So that's what they're about. If you look at the long-term chart on the stock, so you'll see the stock's been to $1.50 back in 2007, sold off with the rest of the market here, and it has been building ever since that breakdown at the beginning of 2009. So that trend seems very well intact, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on that one. Moving on, AAA Allana Potash Corp, also on the Venture Exchange, 44 up 4, 10% move, showed up on the percentage movers. Also on the volume leaders, over 3 million shares traded out of 96 million shares, $42 million company. The 52-week high in this was 60 cents, which it did back on May the 3rd. Sold off going into July, and it's kind of flatlined, but there's a little build, looks like. Now, the question is this building because of something going on with the company, or is it going on because of the potash potential takeover buyout that's going on right now? I would say both. They did put out news on August 23rd that they've successfully completed drill hole number 4 in Center Potash Basin in their second drill rig on site. Their main potash assets are in Ethiopia, I believe. Just opening this news here, adding a second drill rig. Yeah, let me go to the about here. Landed public. Okay, focused on the acquisition development of potash assets internationally, with its major focus on a previously explored potash property in Ethiopia with a NI 4301 compliant inferred mineral resources of over 100 million tons of potash mineralization. Sylvite and kainite with a composite grade of 20.8% KCI. So CNews released September 17, 2008. And Allana has approximately 118 million shares outstanding, trades on the TSX Venture on the symbol AAA. So we like this. We picked up on this one earlier the year based on the momentum in the stock, which kind of fell off afterwards. It had a nice move. And Allana, this is our fourth post since 46.5 on February 24th. Actually, this one hasn't done anything for us. So we're keeping an eye on it. We're looking for, juniors in potash. Potash is a $150 stock. Well, let's find some juniors that actually have a resource and some production and are actively drilling. So that's one we're going to continue to keep an eye on. This is a new one. I almost didn't post this one, but I'll tell you in a minute why I did. Xcite Energy Limited, XEL is a symbol, 114 of 14, 14% move. Now the volume's over 1 million, but keep in mind there's 134 million shares outstanding, so that's not as significant. $153 million company. The 52-week high is $1.35, which it did on July 22nd, not that long ago. The low was 35 cents, which it did on September 3rd of last year. So it's had a nice build over the last year. Now what they do, they're in the North Sea. They just reported on the 27th financial results. None of that really excited. A strong balance sheet with 23 million pounds. Gross funding raised 5.8 million since balance sheet date. Contracted the Ocean Nomad semi-submersible rig to drill the 9-3BR pre-development well as planned in 2010. So yeah, developer of heavy oil assets in the UK North Sea. So what interested me was when I looked back in their results here, or in their news releases, this long list of very substantial holding companies. So these are companies that have bought into Xcite, and I think it was at the I can't find it here. I think at around the 80 or 90 cent share level. I'm trying to find the financings. If you look through here and open up some news releases, you'll find out exactly where they got their shares at. But look at the names here. You got Standard Life, and they bought, let's see, 7.2 million, representing 5.43% of the company. You've got Fidelity Investments. They're in there for 12 million shares, representing almost 9% of the company. And you've got Ignis Investment, and they're in there for 10 million shares, representing almost 7.5% of the company. Standard Life, I already said them. So, it's got some big name holders. So that's when I'm going to maybe do some more homework on, just because of those names that are involved, and see if this one pulls back and is maybe worth doing the work on. Anyway, throw it out there. That's a new symbol. Canacol Energy, CNE. We've mentioned Canacol many times. CNE. This is our 8th post since 42 cents on October the 19th of 09. It's also one of our top 30 stocks. I put it up here. Since June the 12th at 18 cents of last year. See, June 12th, 18 cents, up with 666%. So you might want to take a look at that. It's under our top 30 stocks, top 30 small caps. Here's our past small caps, ones that we've taken on, and our DJI Dow Jones value ranked. It's sort of like the dogs of the Dow, but with a different twist on it. How there's more criteria used in valuing the Dow, and we update that every week or so at the over the weekend. Okay, moving on here. Keep an eye on Canacol, because the other reason Canacol is on our list, and the news just continually is good for this company. August 27th, they announced Canacol Energy Limited tests a total of 12,847 barrels of oil production per day from their 3 separate zones in their Rancho Hermoso 6 well in Colombia. We mentioned Canacol in our last video on August the 9th at $1.21. We mentioned it a few weeks before that at I think 80 cents when they were doing this big, I think 40, I can't remember how many million financing they did back around 80 cents. If you go back a few, there it is, 41.5 million bought deal convertible debenture offering. So anyway, everything going good for this company, and they're active in Colombia and various assets, oil assets down in South America, and definitely worth keeping an eye on. Okay, there's a new one here on the TSX CNL Continental Gold Limited, 573 up 18. A little pricey for our appetite. It's only a 3% move. Traded over 4 million shares. The 52-week high was yesterday at 560. Now here's the chart. This is the problem I have with it. This company's only been around, it looks like, since mid-April. Since a little over $2 and has gone straight up. I am mentioning it because it's made a new high. It's active on the volume actives, and for those reasons. But also they put out news today, which is worth mentioning. Continental Gold drills 14.3 meters at 446 grams per ton gold and 166 grams per ton silver in the Veda Sur system. Buritica Gold Project, Colombia. So just starting to look into that. I don't know anything about this company except that that looks like a good hole at first glance. But so we'll keep an eye on that one. So that's a new one. And lastly, on the TSX, following up on UUU again, Uranium One 352, traded as high as 362. Mentioning it because that is a 52-week high. Since November 17th of last year, it hit 362. It hit that again. We've been mentioning them a few times down in this range. We last mentioned them in our August 9th video at 305. It was up 21 cents that day. This is our, let me see, 4th post. Our last mention was at 305 on August the 9th. So we've mentioned them a few times before. They're not on our top 30 list. Probably should be. We really like uranium right now. It's been beaten up. I think it's due to come back. And we're hoping to have a few featured stocks this fall that are microcap uranium producers, explorers, miners, that are with active exploration programs. Uranium One is more advanced. I mean, they're a $2 billion company. They're producing. We've mentioned about their financial results. They increased their production guidance to 7 million pounds due to record production. So there's lots of financial information, lots of street coverage. If you look under the insiders tabs, you'll find out what they're doing. The analyst tab, the earnings tabs will give you an idea of what other analysts are saying about the company. Anyway, not sure when we'll put out a video next. We're watching these markets, but hopefully we'll be putting one out again soon and get more active going into the fall once we see how September's going to start treating us. That's about it for today. Do your homework, trade safely. We'll talk with you soon.
Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends and news headlines for obvious one-day only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader tweet in real time on your PC or mobile device at twitter.com/investorsguru. Subscribe to watch YouTube's Investors Guru video channel at youtube.com/investorsguru. Search Investors Guru at facebook.com and add us as a friend to see our videos, tweets, etc. that are all synced to post on our wall. It's free to sign up at investorsguru.com stock community for comprehensive quotes, newsletters, profiles, forums, etc., or to update your portfolio, watch list, alerts, and news by email preferences. Thanks for watching.